portion. If you don't have any questions, start with.
I've got one. So you guys talked about growing the industries of tech and green energy in Flint, specifically to create, you said 5,000 new jobs.
Yes.
I was wondering, do you guys believe that the currently unemployed individuals in Flint have the skill sets necessary to fill those jobs, or do you think you'll need some sort of educational courses to make sure that they're able to fill those vacancies?
Definitely need to, well, Flint has already been investing into education. As we see, we have like a $63 million grant that was given to Kettering to help with education, and I do believe that we need to continue investing into that to have jobs like that and increase the economy overall.
I'll go next.
Okay.
So this challenge has been around a long time for the
Yes.
city, and what would you say are some of the strengths that the city can build off of for success, and what are some of the wins for things that have already worked that again can be leveraged and built off of moving into the future?
I think some of our strengths are our community and its ability to help each other. I believe that this has been rooted for decades and centuries in Flint, Michigan, where if somebody needs a hand, we're always there to help. And over the past decade, I think it has been really defining and really shown in our data and just our city as a whole.
Yeah, as you see, like GM, that's a very big corporation, and that did help with jobs, but we need to expand on more corporations. So we already had seen the success, but we also seen the downturn of only having one corporation.
Thank you.
So I have a question. I'm from Flint. I work at Buick City. I know where Kearsley is. There's a big economic development project in the Flint area right now for Santis. And this is a semiconductor plant, so it means diversification of their economy. How do you think Flint should help Mundy Township land the Santis plant?
We did include tax incentives to reel them in and have them stay here, which that could be a factor that could help.
I believe giving more opportunities to the Mundy Township and more funding will help more people come into the Mundy Township instead of looking for the next big thing. We hope to have the new plant as a way of saying, okay, we want to stay here, we want to build on this, instead of saying, what's the next thing, what can we build off of? And hopefully the new plant in Mundy Township could be that next big thing.
On that topic of tax breaks, you guys discussed offering tax incentives to businesses, but I was wondering, do you feel that that will have a negative impact on the social services in Flint, particularly with so many individuals below the poverty line, that that money could be better allocated in other ways?
We believe that it could be worked in better ways, and I think that when we do give these businesses tax incentives, they will use it as a way to involve the community more with the tax incentives that they do have right now. But I think that they will involve the community by helping them more with the advances that they do have.
Yeah, so maybe there would be like a slight decline in those services, but like in the long-term goals that we have, there could be the relief from that again.
Next question then. I know you guys are proposing a lot of hands-on approaches with investing and rebuilding, and it seems like you've proposed a lot of different solutions. How do you guys try to avoid spreading yourselves too thin with the solutions that you're proposing, and maybe what are the priorities and what you want to work on short-term versus long-term?
Higher paying jobs would probably be the long term. Higher paying jobs, more spending money, overall great economy. And that would also go into like diversifying the economy with those jobs instead of obviously having one major corporation.
I think that our solutions are really long-term goals, but within it has short-term goals that we can't really skip until we get to the long-term goals. So these long-term goals they're just like a stepping stone, but we have to go within the investing, rebuilding, and redefining to actually reach those goals.
Do we have time for questions?
Yes, you do.
Okay. You mentioned partnerships with other organizations in the area. Can you name a few of the critical stakeholders in Michigan that need to be at the table, the partners that would help with economic development?
We definitely said GM. We have other, like Kettering, they just got the grant.
And I think that we need to involve more of education at the primary level, more like middle school. I know in our community, Armstrong Middle School, they really do want to see us grow. They want us to be successful, and I know our community doesn't have a problem with investing or funding programs or mentorship programs to help us grow more. And like we said in the presentation, it grows within the youth. And doing this, it can grow up to different generations and for long term.
You have time for another question. Do you have another question?
I've got one, sure.
Okay.
So, what has the city of Flint done that hasn't worked? Like, we've had tax incentives and, work to attract businesses. What specifically hasn't worked, and how does yours differentiate?
So I'm gonna take it back to education again. Flint as a city, they want to see the youth grow, but I think we all believe that sometimes they don't do the sources or the resources that a lot of Flint people need. As we saw in the presentation, the poverty line is below than average, and with that, education needs are needed higher because they're not getting the education that we need today. For example, at Kearsley High School, we have dual enrollment, we have early colleges, but most of those programs, the students have to pay for it themselves. They take out some money, but most of the time, students have to drop out, or they just have to not do the class at all because they can't pay for it. So I think that they need to give more loans or give more grants or give more funding to make it an affordable cost or free.
Okay, thank you.
Very nice job. Very nice job.